Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Today I want to give you guys a new hero, Guff. Best hero in Battlegrounds? What? Okay, I played this hero and I'm like, well, that's a pretty good hero. And then a few days go by, check out the hero standings. This hero is way better than any other right now. Now, I think that average is grossly drawn out because this is a very good hero for playing dragons. Dragons are the best build in the game right now, and even if Guff doesn't do too well, he typically finishes pretty high up because he does pretty well just slamming stats on the board. So, with that in mind, it's not much of a surprise that he does very well. I haven't pulled off like the Dream Dragon run, but the idea is that you level up pretty quickly, try to pick up a dragon from each of the tavern tiers, and then when you hit Tavern 6 to go for that like Nadina, Caligos, whatever, you're starting from a point where you already have a lot of stats on the board. You can actually just play Nadina dragons with Guff. Now this video you're about to see, nothing to do with dragons. Didn't happen to me. But it's my first great game with Guff, so I want to give you guys an idea how the hero works. Works pretty well. Maybe too well, actually. In any case, you decide and enjoy. So, it was very light on the sleep, but the place was really cool, and we got some good footage. We'll post on socials and on YouTube in the days to come. I probably slept a combined like 10 hours of crappy interrupted sleep in the last 3 days, so I'm pretty burnt, but that's okay. I function pretty okay as a zombie, as I'm sure most of you guys have noticed already.
What's your strategy this time, partner?
It's actually a pretty solid one, isn't it? But if I take the alley cat, nah, fuck it. Let's go with the demon. We're against AFK here too. So. I don't really talk about previous girlfriends and stuff, but if someone asked how many I've had in my youth, not that many. I started pretty young. I was that kid at school with like the first one that had a girlfriend. But I don't know, most of my interests were generally card games and computer games. I was into sports a lot more when I was younger, but then I quickly realized computer games are just better. That's an opinion. No, it's basically fact.
Oh, it's okay. We always
That's not a bad one.
better hire a recruit while you can.
Based on what? Oh, sports versus video games? Okay. So, when I was a kid, it was like a little debatable, right? Okay, no, fuck. But here's how sports and video games work over time. Okay.
Oh, it's okay.
So, oh wow, it's a really nice dragon, but it's really good too. It's just a little bit late to swap. Okay. So if you take the last 50 years, okay, take the last 50 years, the quality of a video game is based on its development and technology. Okay, so both of those things, not always, but typically over time, go up. So video games, better and better. I know arguable because, you know, microtransactions, surprise mechanics, loot boxes, so, you know, there's some exceptions, but generally technology and development goes up, which means video game quality goes up, which means video games over time are better. Sports are never really going to change on a personal satisfaction basis, but with sports, it's based on the quality of your social relationships and friends, basically, your friend groups, because you can't really play sports just by yourself.
How's it going out there?
One moment, guys. Alright, let's go with this.
Good tactical choice.
So, the sports don't change. The sports don't get better graphics. They might get like better equipment, but even that's capped out in the last 50 years. So sports are kind of like this, and then the social structure across the globe is generally like this. So sports if it was like an investment in the stock market, sports is really shit. Okay, it's guaranteed to go down, right? And video games are not guaranteed, but their trend is almost year by year, almost every year go up. Okay, so 20 years ago, I came to the realization that video games are better than sports. Now, 20 years ago, it was at a point where video games were worse and the social structure, so sports are better. So I thought that was the case, but now 20 years later, it's definitely the case. Okay, it's definitely the case. Video games come a pretty long way, and social structure has gone down the toilet. So, yeah. I'm pretty confident in my opinion.
You're good at this.
I'm right, you're wrong. I mean, I think I gave a pretty sound, detailed explanation. Care about E3? Isn't E3 that event where they released the new Street Fighter game that's basically like the old Street Fighter game, except the pixel depth is like slightly better? No, it's just worse. Oh.
I've got some fresh recruits for you.
That's a pretty solid 4, I would say. I think I'm going to stay on 4 our turn.
Going with this.
Nothing scares except mice.
Alright. Sorry, I missed the comment. You like my argument, but I leave one major variable, which is that athletics incorporates being outdoors and doing healthy things for the body that in turn have positive effects on quality of life. Generally, that's true. But, like, you're talking about, like, pretty casual fucking sports. People who play, like, competitive sports, they generally fuck up their body pretty well.
Watch out.
Video games are healthier than sports. Depends. But yeah, I guess it's possible. Like if you wanna compare the average video, like the average Twitch streamer, let's say. Okay, the average Twitch streamer versus the average pro wrestler. Check their health 20 years later. Actually, so it's complicated. The average streamer has about 4 viewers, both dead. I don't think so. There's a pro League of Legends player that fucked up his body so hard he had to stop playing. Go to what? Oh, okay. Wrist issues. Oh, come on. I lost the mill house both times on like a 50. Those are my 2 losses.
Welcome back.
Just kind of shitty. 3, what's my 3? That's my 3? Okay, I can maybe substitute that.
Go big or go home.
And actually,
I like where you're going with this.
That is probably better as well.
That's quite the
Let's see what this nets. Wow. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Okay, let's get rid of the beast and the dragon. Now we play Quill Boar, Beast, Dragon. Use this now so it doesn't buff the Light Fang. And not really sure where I want to go with this. Probably want to start investing into Bonker, because the Bonker will pay out by actually attacking twice. And then I can invest harder into the Warden. Shit, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So, pro players who have wrist issues. Yeah. Rip. I mean, I've had some of that as well. It's just that, like, having wrist issues is a little bit different than, like, dying of a heart attack. Like, just, you know, having wrist issues is different than having reduced brain function because of constant concussions. Like, we're just talking about, like, different levels of things here. That's a pretty good 6, but I think we'll find a better 6. So 1, 2, dragons. 7 win streak, what the fuck? Okay, I think I'm gonna pump up my dragon now. No, Frost Shock. I said that people said that sports is healthy, and I said it depends on how competitive you are at sports, because the main healthy sports stuff is doing it pretty fucking casually. Like, even people that like run too much. Like, my friend's dad, he was in like the army, so he tried to stay active. When he hit like 50, he was just running every day. His fucking knees gave out. Like, yeah, like it's not. So yeah, if you do like casual sports to be active and stuff, yeah, it's pretty good. But, you know, the more you push your body, it becomes negative. Eight to 15. Why don't we go ahead and take 17? So I lost 2 under 50s and then got hit for over average.
I've got some fresh recruits.
That's been my run so far. Fuck.
That'll do some damage. Better hire
Hello.
while you can.
That's pretty good, but it's not worth keeping. Alright. Do I consider playing video games to be a true sport? I don't know, I never really bothered to really get to the bottom of the definition of a sport. Like, isn't chess considered a sport? I don't know. Video games is more of a sport than chess is, my opinion. Car racing? I think video games as a sport is very similar to car racing. Probably a little bit less so, but very little. If fucking, like, the Greek Olympic javelin throw is 10 out of 10 on classic sports, car racing is like a 3, video games is like a 2.9. Magnus Carlsen wants to know my location. Dude, you think he wants to hang out? Alright, let's go. Get him to DM me. I'll let him know where I'm at.
Your minions really pulled their weight.
It's a bit late for that. This is good, but we'll have to,
Choice. Better hire a recruit while you
Ooh.
can.
5/5 would actually buff the Light Fang. Yeah, I think it's time we do this, actually. I think this is better.
You're down a minion and up a goal.
Let me buff the already buffed Light Fang.
Harness your rage.
There we go. There's no difference between pro video game players and streaming. That's not true at all. The highly watched esport video games generally require a lot of practice and actions per minute. The average streamer isn't even playing the game like 70% of the time when they're streaming. That's just not true at all. Did I get to go unschooled again? No, it's just the one. And again, I'm not even gonna ask to be on. Like, Miskiff knows I'm interested. So I'm not gonna push him. Cause like if I ask him, he'll just say yes. I don't like to like bully people's decision making, if that makes any sense. Well, that's not that good anymore. There's no mechs, right? Yeah, there's no mechs. That's pretty good, though. What did that dude have? He did have light fangs. It is going to be a battle of scaling. But I think I need to go for it right now.
Need a drink?
That's pretty rough, I'd say. Which pro sport has the most RNG? Golf? That hits there, actually tie. And 13. Wow, I was way stronger. Damn, rip first place as the new hero.